Haley Nett is our next speaker. Haley is a sophomore, and she's involved in several organizations on campus, including TRIPS, CRU and Dance Marathon. You may see her on campus giving tours to prospective students, walking backwards, I'm assuming. I don't know how they do that. They talk really wildly and enthusiastically while walking backwards. One of the items on Haley's bucket list is to go ziplining through the rainforest. Haley will now share her story entitled, "This is What Jesus Would Do." Welcome, Haley.
I sat there silently on the porch step as I listened closely to each soft word that he spoke. He told me that just 3 days earlier, he had fallen 4 feet off of his back porch steps onto concrete. He proceeded to show me the 17 stitches that he had to get and the bruises that covered his body. I sat there absolutely stunned, not knowing how to respond to this sweet 70-year-old man, confined to a wheelchair, simply trying to get out of his house to go to his dialysis treatment when he fell. His name was Mr. Owens, and I met him while I was in South Carolina serving through the TRIPS program. During my week stay down there, I had the opportunity to help build Mr. Owens a handicap ramp to improve his mobility. While down there, I also had the privilege of getting to know Mr. Owens as he told me countless stories about the adventures of his life. These stories always pronounced his genuine love for life and his passion for activity. He told me of the time when he walked all the way to New York from South Carolina because he missed his wife so much, and of the days when he would walk hundreds and hundreds of miles each week when working on the gas lines. Like you, I also momentarily questioned the truthfulness of these stories, but I assure you, Mr. Owens was adamant. At the end of each story, though, Mr. Owens would begin to trail off. He would look down in his lap and sigh. Moments would pass, and he would peer up at me with sad eyes. Never had I ever thought that I would lose my ability to walk, he told me. I feel worthless, sitting here day after day, watching life go on without me. At the end of the week, when our handicap ramp was finished, we welcomed Mr. Owens to come on out and give it a whirl. As he rolled down the ramp, you could see his eyes light up and a sense of such deep appreciation radiate. As he thanked us over and over again, my own eyes welled up with tears. As I realized that not only had we given Mr. Owens back his mobility, but more importantly, we had given him back his dignity. The story of my trip doesn't end there, though. In coming back to St. Norbert, my group and I teamed up with Sister Laura from Old St. Joe's Parish, and we put in a day's work preparing a transitional house right here in Green Bay for a new family, a father and his 3 children trying to get back on their feet. When talking to Sister Laura, I asked her if it disappointed her that she wouldn't have the opportunity to meet this family that would move into the house. I asked this out of remembrance of the bond that I created with Mr. Owens, the laughs we shared, the stories he told me, and the impactful conversations that I got to have with him. Sister Laura and her team were putting in countless hours and so much effort to make this home special for the family. Sister Laura was even planning a special meal for the family their first night in the house. Tater tot casserole, fruit salad, and funfetti cupcakes for dessert. Sister Laura was putting in so much effort, and I figured that she'd really want to meet this family that she was so generously helping. In response to my question, Sister Laura paused, and she smiled at me. Absolutely. I would love to meet this family, but I'm okay not meeting them, because I know that this is what Jesus would do. Her response silenced me and challenged me to take a step back and look at the world around me, a world in such great need of love, a world in need of Jesus. Sister Laura made me reconsider my idea of service. We are all called to serve as our humble and grateful response to all we have been blessed with in life, and as our way to pour out Jesus' love for others, despite what they can do for us. As I know many of us feel a sense of gratification in doing service, myself included, it truly isn't even about this exchange, but rather a gift, a genuine gift that we can give humanity in response to the gift of life that we have been given.